Well, hello there. Welcome to this month's weekly special. This video is going to be painting the giveaway for my Ko-fi and my YouTube members. Now, this month for September, we are going to be giving away Brad, the male barbarian. This is the Metal Dark Heaven Legends line, and this is the miniature here. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I've already stuck him to a base boss base, and I've added some sand for the base there and covered the whole base, so that's looking really fab. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just show you how to do my skin tones today with this miniature, but this will be the miniature that will be given away at the end of the month. Now, to actually have a chance of winning this miniature, and of course it's free postage worldwide, so there's no costs to any of you apart from becoming a member to my Ko-fi or YouTube. Now, you can become a member of my Ko-fi channel for as little as £1 a month. I mean that's peanuts. Postage worldwide costs between £5 to £15 for this miniature, so just covering the postage costs on my Ko-fi is going to be fantastic, but it's not going to cost any money to you to actually enter this apart from joining for £1, or if you want to become a higher member, there's no problems at all. And of course, if you're a YouTube member, you'll also be added to the draw each month as well. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to block in all the colours. I'm going to use suntan flesh for the body, and I'm going to use wood stained brown for the base, but I'll be using wood stained brown for the whole miniature first, and then I shall add the suntan flesh on the top of the brown. Okay, so I've got my undercoat on, which is my wood stained brown, and now I'm using the old suntan flesh, and I've just started working it onto the miniature. And what we're going to do is we shall use the dark as our highlight. So what we're doing is we're going to kind of keep the dark brown underneath and work around all the muscles, keeping that dark in the recesses. And we'll just work our way around the miniature. And of course there will be an ink wash going over the top of the whole miniature. What we're trying to do is just build up some layers. So over all the muscles. And like I say, we're doing the skin first. Doesn't matter if you make a mess because we'll be painting over all the other areas. So it's not an issue. We'll be using some flesh wash over this once it's dried, but I want to try and get a couple of layers on so it's nice bond. There we go. Working our way around. Little toes there, little bit on the toes. So we just pass a couple of times around the miniature. And onto the face as well. This miniature reminds me, I don't know if any of you remember, but back in the 80s there was an arcade game called Rastan, and it was I spent hours and hours in the arcades in the 80s playing this game, and I absolutely loved it. Rastan and Gauntlet, that's what I used to play back in the 80s in the arcades. Absolutely loved those games. With Gauntlet, I used to have about £5 worth of 10p's all lined up along the screen of the arcade game, and I remember I used to put the 10p's in to give yourself more health. So if you was lucky, you had a mate who was with you in the arcade, and he would be chucking in the 10p's just before you died, so you could keep on playing. It was a proper money grab, but it was so addictive, and it was one of the first arcade games that was a 4-player. You could have 4 players playing in the dungeons at the same time. And of course Gauntlet 2, they released Gauntlet 2, which of course had the dragon. They released the red dragon in Gauntlet 2. Oh, the 80s, growing up in the 80s with the arcades. I mean, I was growing up in the 70s when they had Space Invaders first and Asteroids, and I used to live in Skegness back then in Lincolnshire, and my dad used to take me to work where he was working, and I used to walk into Skegness along the seafront in Skeggy, and I used to play all the arcade games. Oh, it was beautiful days growing up with the age of the arcades. And that's something that's lost, that will never come back. But I absolutely adored that era in time. Okay, so we're just gonna do the stomach muscles here, and just add some highlights there. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm just keeping going over the skin. So what we're doing higher, just over the same places, just a little bit more, and we just keep going. Okay, that'll do for now. What we'll do is I'll let that dry, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a flesh wash over this miniature now, and I'll let that dry, add the flesh wash, and then come back, and then we'll continue with the highlights on the skin. The ink wash I used for this miniature was flesh wash. So as you can see, I've added the flesh wash now, and of course it's given a lovely definition to all the muscles that I've painted. So to just finish off this miniature's skin, what we're doing is we're going straight back into the suntan flesh. So it's a really quite a basic paint, but very, very simple. So all we're doing now is the highest areas, we're just going to add a little bit more of that flesh, just on the top of the pectorals there, and a little bit on the biceps, top of the thighs, and let's move on to the face now. So again, to go to the nose, just highlight the nose there, cheekbones, and just the chin. And top of the fingers, the knuckles, just the thumb part there. And on the back, you do the biceps again, the back of the biceps, and the shoulders, going down just a little bit, and just on the thigh on the back there. It's here. And the last two places will be on the calf muscles. On the highest areas, just reflecting the light. Just perfect. That's all we need to do to get quite a nice looking skin effect on our miniature. So let me just go over that. Very simple. What I've done, I started with your wood stained brown as your base coat. I then used suntan flesh to do all the highest areas of the muscles. Then I went and gave a flesh wash, and then all I've done is I've gone back with the suntan flesh to finish off those muscles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish off this miniature now, and I'll come back and show you it completed. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on how to paint the flesh. So here we have the finished Brad, the male barbarian. He will be an absolute joy to add to your D&D games, and I'm sure he will protect all your party. I really enjoyed painting this for you guys. Now remember, you got this is a free giveaway which will be added and drawn at the end of the month. So the end of September, I shall put everybody's names into a hat, and then the lucky winner will be sent this miniature worldwide with free postage. And again, if you want to win this miniature, all you have to do is become a member on YouTube or become a member on my Ko-fi. The link is below the video. I want to thank every single one of you for supporting me, and all I'm really trying to do is kind of make enough money to pay for the postage costs and the cost of the figure. So if I can get enough members to join, then this will become a monthly, I'll be able to afford to do this every single month, and I'll enjoy doing it for you guys as well, and it's a thank you to you, and it also helps my channel. So if you want to become a member, then please do. I won't nag all the time, just once a month. Until next time.